this gentleman back to his hand. And yeah, so kind of putting on the control brakes there. Our opponent can't stand it, and he packs up. Perfect. How's it going, boys? Welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to check out Hello Good Game. We're going to continue along today with our MTG Arena free-to-play beginner guide series. We're playing Bant Flash budget. That's funny, I just realized that. But nonetheless, the deck consists of 4 fairies and 2 breeding pools with a Brazen Borrower. That's the meat and bones of this bad boy. All of our budget decks have 1 mythic rare, our Brazen Borrower here, and then 6 rares. In this case, we're using 4 fairies and 2 breeding pools because it's based off the Flash deck, which is actually a great budget deck for new players. It's really competitive. Frilled Mystic is an absolute broken card. Quench is great too. Brineborn Cutthroat is stupid. Like, there's just so many broken things within Simic Flash that I really recommend. And then we've tied on by adding the planes for Bant with Dovin's Veto to Fairy, Law Mage's Binding, and even a little bit of God Willing for protection. So a lot of really cool additions to the deck. Let's break it down card by card. We have 3 Spectral Sailors. This has Flash and Flying. It's a 1/1, and we can pay 4 to draw a card. 2 God's Willing. Target creature gains protection of your chosen color type, and then scry 1. So that's really good. Opt 3, scry 1, draw a card, and then unsummon ×1, just as a worst case scenario. We have 4 Brineborn Cutthroats. This is the meat and potatoes. It's 2/1 with Flash. However, whenever you cast a spell during your opponent's turn, put a 1/1 counter on Brineborn Cutthroat. So that's going to be every time you counter, basically. 3 Quenches. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. Dovin's Veto. This spell can't be countered. Counter target non-creature spell. And then Growth Spiral ×4, draw a card. You may put an additional land onto the battlefield this turn. Brazen Borrower, his Petty Theft is an instant. Return target non-land permanent and opponent controls to its owner's hand. And then, of course, he is a Flash Flyer. 3/1, Brazen Borrower cannot block creatures without flying. Sinister Sabotage ×2. This is just a good old-fashioned counter target spell. Surveil 1. Law Mage's Binding. It says Flash, enchanted creature can't attack or block, and its activated abilities cannot be activated. And then, of course, 4 fairies. Your opponent can only cast spells anytime they could cast a sorcery, so nothing instant speed, nothing on the stack. +1 until your next turn, you may cast sorcery spells as if they've had Flash. And then -3, return up to 1 target artifact, creature, and or enchantment to its owner's hand, draw a card. Not and, only or Frilled Mystics. This has Flash as well. When it enters the battlefield, you may counter target spell. And Cancerous Insight, draw 2 cards, jumpstart, which means we're going to discard a card to cast it second time from our graveyard. And then we have the 2 breeding pools, 5 forests, 9 islands, and 5 plains. We're going to go ahead and adjust that land a little bit. We will take out 1 breeding pool and take a Fabled Passage, just because now that can be an island if we need. And now we are taking 2 of these and 2 of these, the life gain ones, and then I believe 2 of these. So just kind of leveling it out a little bit more for us. And we're still heavy on land, so we can take a couple out here. Probably that plains. Sitting at 60 cards again, we have 3 plains, 6 islands, 3 forests, 2 tranquil cloves, 2 blossoming sands, 1 breeding pool, 1 thornwood, or 2 thornwood falls, sorry, and 1 fabled passage, which is going to just smooth things over a bit for us. So that's it. As far as play goes, get your Brineborn Cutthroat out as soon as possible, and then just counter everything, shut your opponent down. That's the easiest way to win. Teferi is going to bounce and draw as well. So there's a lot of ways to do this. Brazen Borrower is going to get us out of a lot of trouble. And then if we can get to 4 land and have our Frilled Mystic open, we're just going to be laughing, right? So, we all know how to play Flash. We took a look at this before. Let's see how we do with it today. We just need to put our sleeves on before we start. There we go. Save our changes. And we're looking for a quick video today, so this is going to be on the fly for everybody. Hopefully we have some good luck here. Yesterday we took a look at Budget Naya Knights. That was a lot of fun. Normally we're seeing Orzhov Knights, Rakdos Knights, Mardu Knights, so I wanted to take a fresh look at that for everybody. So if you're interested in seeing that video, of course there is a playlist down below in the description that's going to take you to all of our other budget decks. So you can kind of check out your favorite sauce, if you will. Spicy avocado. Interesting. We could go for some nachos. So, it's not great, but it's not bad. If we can draw an island and a forest again, that should be good. We do have a Spectral Sailor with Flash, which is quite nice. And then turn 2, we're probably playing Bant, hopefully. We can get that attack in now. Hopefully we draw Forest after this. We're going to allow this through. Shimmer of Possibilities is a low priority card, so we don't really mind. Playing a Beacon into a Teferi, which we absolutely will counter. So, save your counters for high priority spells, right? Kind of getting screwed on land. We really need a forest, or even a plains would do, right? Our set's going to shut down our draw. It does allow him to look. He whiffs, and we get a plains and a forest, which is great. So this turn we're kind of screwed. He can do whatever he wants. Hopefully it's not that good. A Teferi, not bad, definitely. He can bounce our Sailor. He doesn't. So the thing about Teferi is it's going to shut down basically our whole playstyle. So Frilled Mystic, etc., etc. So I guess we'll just maybe play our Teferi on top because we can't counter. And we will plus him ourselves. And then we're going to attack his Teferi. Kind of screws us, but it is what it is. On from Dreams, that's fine. We're looking to counter fires. We're looking to counter Sarkon. Things like this, right? Because it does seem that he has a Planeswalker build. And this is no budget deck. He's dropping cards on us like no tomorrow. So it's a really weird situation. Let's -3. We're going to submit 0 here. We get another Teferi. That's not the worst. We have 7 cards in our hands, so we can't really draw. And we're unable to counter. Less than ideal, you guys. I won't let you win. We'll end our turn here, just hold our hands. We don't want to play into a Deafening Clarion, right? Here is Sarkhan, so we're gonna have to deal with this somehow. We could draw at the end of our turn and not have to discard because it's his turn, which I think is ideal. Let's go for it. We do get a God's Willing, but our Teferi is dead. His is still on the field, so that's rough. Again, Teferi really shuts down Flash decks in a big way. Normally, Frilled Mystic would be reaping havoc here, but like I said, Teferi is going to shut down those Flash spells. Our opponent's gone on a vacation, I guess. He's doing so well, and he's so relaxed that he's decided to hit the beach. All right. Let's try to do anything, really. I guess Frilled Mystic should probably come out. I don't know. And then we can attack Teferi again. Down to 3, so if he bounces our Frilled Mystic, he's dead. And then if he doesn't kill it, he's dead. I imagine he's got a Deafening Clarion, which is going to ruin my day. Cavalier. Could be worse. Definitely not good.
I've got time. I summon you.
We're going to lock down Cavalier, right? That allows us to kill Teferi.
Listen to them roar.
Right? We can now counter, and we have a Sinister Sabotage sitting pretty. Let's hold off, end our turn. So we're just going to counter this the old-fashioned way. He would have copied his Sarkhan, which is great. And another Teferi, which is literally even better. Sarkhan needs to make a dragon this turn, which is okay because we'll bounce it and still kill his Teferi. Almost.
Might be a bad idea.
Right?
I know my responsibility.
Bounce his dragon. And we get a Brineborn Cutthroat. Guess I'm feeling the need to put out right now because of Teferi. We're going to kill his Sarkhan. Leave Teferi. Right? And our turn. A time wipe. That's just beautiful. Very nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4 does have a Fave Wishes. He gets a Chandra which can't be countered. Shit. Very nice. So there he goes to a plus.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
We can't do a damn thing about Chandra. We can do literally nothing because of Teferi. So I think that's okay. We could go ahead and scoop here. We did try our best, but unfortunately Chandra is an absolute Wrecking Ball along with Teferi against Simic decks. Cannot be countered,
Or is it getting a little warm in here?
which is pretty aggressive. There's the Deafening Clarion we were thinking of earlier. That's fine. We're basically guaranteed out of juice here, and it's just going to be a slow death. We don't really need to witness, in my opinion, so let's go ahead, pack up, and try a few more matches before we call it a day. Again, it wasn't necessarily land trouble there. A little bit off the start, I guess. And it is always good to set pace with the flash decks, right? So if you can get a growth spiral off right away instead of using a counter, you'll be in really good shape. It's not good, but it's not bad. We'll keep it. Let's just start slow. I realize we could opt, and that's nice, but we have a growth spiral anyways. So let's just get in there that way. We'll pass here. We're withholding the option to quench. We're going to take this initial damage. That's that, so we'll growth spiral. And we are playing planes because it doesn't really matter. 3. Let's go Tranquil Clove, get that out of the way. And we're going to chill, let him go. We're going to let him attack this turn. You can opt. Sinister Sabotage can sit right there. And yeah, we're sitting pretty. We have 2 Law Mages, Sabotage, a Quench, and Unsummon, and a God's Willing. So our opponent definitely needs to do something. We'll just counter that. Brineborn can probably stay. That'll help us get some damage in. Letting our opponent go. Alright, so we see an Embercleave hit, which is pretty cool. We could do a couple things with it. I think the first thing we should do is just binding it. We could just counter it, but this way he can't attack or block. Oh, he still gets it out, so we should have quenched that. That's our bad. All attack. Let's end turn here. Just keep countering. He's gaining life, which is fine, right? I don't really get that so much. So let's go to our turn. We can play Teferi, that's quite nice. And then the Fabled Passage can come in over top. And we are looking for a blue. Let's plus our Teferi.
Don't worry, I got this.
And we can call it quits there. Get that 3 damage in. End our turn. That's fine, we don't really mind that. We don't really mind that either. So we're gonna bind the Swordmaster. Plus our Teferi.
I've got it.
Attack with our Cutthroat. And then we're ending turn here. We have a Quench, we have a Veto, we have an Unsummon, and a God's Willing. We're sitting pretty still. He puts his Embercleave on his big bad boy, which is fine. We're just going to unsummon it. Brineborn gets stronger yet. Pretty cool. I mean, we can always bounce that, right? My turn, we're gonna minus this gentleman back to his hand. And yeah, so kind of putting on the control brakes there. Our opponent can't stand it. And he packs up. Perfect. It's kind of the overall theme of the deck is just lock things down. Teferi's ability to shut down Flash and Instance is so good. It's very underrated. It's amazing. It's definitely worth adding a little bit of white to your deck if you have the 4 Teferis. Now, obviously, I included them because it is such a strong meta card that you guys should all have 4 Teferis, right? If not, that's all right. This deck probably is more suitable for friendly play and completing your quests, just having fun with the game and the decks, right? Rather than the ladder play. Again, there are very few budget decks that are suitable for ladder play. Yeah, we're playing Bant today. Bant Flash. It did all right. We did get that 1 loss off the start, but we were able to snip in a win for you guys. So let me know what you thought of the deck list. We did try to record this at a higher bit rate, so let me know what you guys think of the quality. It should be fixed. And of course the sound too. Let me know what the sound is like. And I really want to get our production quality dialed in for everybody. And then we can just focus on our content, etc., etc., etc. So with that all being said, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to check us out on our live stream every morning at 6 a.m. PST, 7 a.m. MST. So I'm in the West. Those are the 2 time zones I know. Just put it into Google. You'll be able to figure it out, right? And yeah, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel here. And then once you've subscribed, go to our YouTube channel. Check out the gem giveaway playlist because we're giving away 500,000 gems. So you could win some of those if you wanted. And most importantly, we'll see you tomorrow and have a great day.